Bonnie Barker with BonnieBayCrochet.com, and welcome to Friday Fun Live. Hold on a second. There we go. I want to adjust. Oh, no, that's too much. I am working away from home, as you can see. I'm here in sunny South Carolina, so I'm not with all the equipment that I'm used to, but thank you guys for being here. So much to cover today, but I'm going to try to cover that quickly. But first, as always, you guys are the most important. I want to try to say hey to some of you in the chat. Thank you for waiting so patiently. We have Alana from sunny but cold Tennessee. That would describe where we are here, along near Myrtle Beach here, Alana. It's a little bit breezy, I think in the 50s, which I know is nothing compared to up north, but for down here, it's a little chilly, but it feels really nice. It had a really wonderful week. Alana wants to know, where can I find your pattern for that cute hot pad? Looked everywhere. I'm not sure which one you're talking about just yet, Alana, but if you're talking about this one, it's coming out on Monday. It hasn't been released yet, so I'm sorry if I put you through that. We're going to talk about that in just a bit, but it's coming on Monday to my YouTube channel. I'm going to try to get it uploaded a couple of days early if I can get my act together. For the watch channel, it will be complimentary for the watch channel. Oh, thank you, Archer Nage. You just bumped us up to $85. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyway, we can talk about that in just a bit. Sorry to put you on a goose chase there. Hey, Kelly Hart is in the chat. And was listening at work, and Toto too. Okay. Yeah, I got some fun things to show you. She says, I'm crocheting a gorgeous purse and it's called Wildflower Handbag. That's just the name of that sounds gorgeous. We have Love to Craft. Thank you so much for being here. And oh, Kelly, so sorry to hear about that. It looks like she said she lost her cousin last week from stage 4 cancer. So sorry. My sincere condolences do go out to you, Kelly. That's so hard. I hope, I can certainly say a prayer for you and for Kelly, for Teresa's family. And let's see, we have Denny. Thank you for putting that nickname in there. But welcome to our chat. Thank you for being such a good friend to Kelly. You guys are so great. We have Dolores. She says, good evening, everyone from Ireland. Wow, she's out shopping. We'll have to watch this later. Whoa. Oh, I would love to stop by and see your island again, Dolores. We have Nora in our chat. So says she's still working on the mystery project. As soon as it is done, I will send pictures. Yes. Thank you, Nora. And for those of you who are either in process of working on the Bonnie's Mystery Crochet Along, that's the current one that we just completed a couple weeks ago, video-wise, please send me your pictures. I have some gorgeous pictures coming in. I have only about a dozen right now, but I would love to add many more. I know the deadline is not until December 1st, but even if you're coming up to that deadline and you know it's not going to be done, please just, you can even just place it in a relaxed, in a stylistic way on a chair or something, and maybe just snap a picture, or even just snap a picture of some of the squares lined up and ready to go. That would be absolutely fine for me. It doesn't have to be totally completed and all the knots hidden or any of that stuff. So I just don't want to pressure you on that, but I would love your squares, and just to get an idea of the colors you're using, if you aren't able to complete that. So again, if you can send those pictures to me, bonniebay@me.com. And I'm assuming when you send them that I do have permission to put them in the showcase. And again, if you want your name, and maybe if you have a small crochet business, put it on there. That's fine with me. Just keep in mind that it's going to be on a public platform. So if you don't want everybody in the universe to be looking you up, don't put your name on it, okay? But if you don't mind, or if you want people to see your site, absolutely put it on there. I don't mind that at all. All right, we have Judy from Braselton, Georgia, and she says, "Brr." Yeah, Judy, I hear you on that, my friend. Yeah, it's been in the, even into the 30s here. I'm in South Carolina, so that's a little chilly for down here. We've been getting those temperatures and colder up in Maryland for quite some time, but it's the late fall has reached um, south of the Mason-Dixon line. We have Brad's mom in the chat. Hey, I think it's Linda, right? Hi, Linda. And she says, "Good morning from sunny Southwest Chicago suburbs." I bet you're cold up there. And we have Crochet Done My Way with Wanda. And just to let everybody know, that is Wanda, the backwards, wrong side crocheter. Remember Wanda, the truck driver? That is her. I was suspicious that it might have been Wanda last week, but I wasn't 100%. So I didn't draw a lot of attention to that. But thank you for being there, Wanda. And Wanda is such a wonderful support to this channel and to many other crocheters out there. Thank you, Wanda, for all you do. Um, we have, let's see, again, Archer Nace, thank you so much for your generosity. We are getting closer to that song. And again, if we do go over this week on the super chat, and for those of you who are new to my channel, this is, um, I don't solicit this so much, but if you want to contribute to that, that's fine with me. And I do donate that to a charitable organization, usually either Rancho 3M. And if you're not familiar with Rancho 3M, please look it up online. It's rancho3m.org, I believe. And the other organization that I alternate between is them and Shriners Hospital for Children, which do fantastic works. And speaking of which, some of you kind folks were asking me about Bobby last week, and I was able to get in touch with Bobby. I won't lie, I was sweating bullets there for a while. I was really concerned, and I even because he wasn't responding to my messaging through Facebook, and so I contacted the nursing home just to make sure he was still a resident there, because as you know, he was uh, still is, I think, battling a very serious infection called sepsis, where basically where your body is poisoned, and he's been on some very strong medications trying to get over this broken leg. Um, and so, anyway, he, I think, is doing fine. He's at the nursing home. We didn't get into details about medical status or anything, but just the fact that he's back at the nursing home and not in the hospital is a good sign. So just please continue to pray for Bobby. It turns out that he had trouble getting into his iPad. You know how many of you probably have experienced this. You kind of get locked out of your account. Um, Done that, been there, done that more times than I care to think of. So um, that's pretty much what it was. So I was just relieved to find out that it was just a password issue and not a life threatening situation. So thank you guys for your concern for him. And so, Bobby, if you're out there, I'm just saying hey to you and let you know that we care about you. And it was really the prompts of the viewers that got me to kick into higher gear on that. So thank you. You know who you are, who prompted me on this last week. So anyway, let's see. Archernay says that Cleveland is blustery and perfectly delightful. Hey, it's time to get all those crocheted sweaters, hats, scarves, and ponchos, right? And hey, Hannah, we got our moderator. Hannah is in the chat. Love you, girl. Can't wait to see you in a couple days. Yay! Our family's gonna finally be able to be together again. Not the entire family, just a part of it, for Thanksgiving. And next Friday, I'm hoping to also go live. And next Friday, well, will kind of be uh, our Thanksgiving Friday fun. I'm not really prepared to make a list of everything that I'm thankful for. I love doing that. I just haven't taken a more recent inventory, and I do try to limit it. I have to limit it to, you know, under 20 things, because that list can get so long. However, I wanted to encourage you all this week, no matter what is going on in your life, whether, things are challenging. I know a lot of us have lost people this year. It's been another pretty challenging year. But I just encourage everybody to, if you can, just sit down and come up with at least 10 things that you're thankful for. And I don't think it'll take long. In fact, oh, I'm starting to get emotional just thinking about it. I have so many things to be thankful for to put on that list this year. I'm probably just going to post it on a blog post because I know I can't get through it because it's just too much. God is just so good to me, way more than I deserve, and I probably probably all of us could say that. But I just encourage you this week. I know it's maybe sounds trivial or trite to just kind of just make a list, but definitely sit down if you have a chance to maybe just have a quiet time, and just make a list of the things that you're thankful for. And it doesn't even have to be something you share publicly or anything, but it. I think that's something that I need to do just about every day, just to help keep a right perspective on everything that's happening in this world out there right now. But anyway, we have, is it not Nodula? I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm sorry, but I'm so glad that you're here all the way from. Uh, she says foggy hello from France. That is so cool. Um, we have Jane Chapman. Hey Jane. She says good afternoon from blustery Massachusetts. And we have Judy in our chat. And hey Brenda. My sister Brenda is in our chat today. Hey sis. Praying for you big time. And she's off serving the world down in sunny, well, it's not sunny right now. I think it's raining where she is now, but in Florida, our home state. So glad you could join us. And yes, thank you, Linda. She says, please don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you for doing that, reminding me of all the things that you're supposed to say when you're on YouTube. But I really appreciate it if you can, like the channel. And for those of you who are just kind of viewing and you're thinking, when is she going to start crocheting? Well, basically, I'm not going to be physically crocheting during this chat session. But if you're looking for some crochet stuff, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. I don't spam you too much, I don't think. I usually try to bring one crochet oriented video and then one live chat per week. I have a lot of fun things on the channel. There are over 600, I believe 650 videos or more. I haven't really checked the number lately. At least more than half of those are crochet tutorials for right-handers, and there are hundreds for left-handers. So if you're a left-hander and you're new to my channel and you would love to see a left-handed version, and by the way, I don't crochet both ways. I'm not ambidextrous. I am right-handed only, but I have this magical thing in my video editing program called flipped image. So you get a flipped image of a right-hander, which I'm told by left-handers works pretty well. So definitely check it out, but you need to subscribe if you want to get notified of the wonderful things that are coming. And I can't show you anything, but let me go ahead and show you some yarn of a throw that is coming in 2022. I've got my winter throw that I promised you guys. Remember months ago, or I guess it's been a while ago, I said, do you all want to mystery crochet along, or do you want just to know what you're going to do? Well, we just finished the mystery crochet along, and this one you're going to know, full disclosure, before you decide, gee, do I want to spend my life doing this or not? I think you're going to want to do this one. How's that for a shameless plug? But I'm using new acrylic, and I'm liking it very much. And to be fair, I think it's about on par. It's about the same. I think my experience, it seems softer. Let me go ahead and give you an honest evaluation of this. And I want to thank, full disclosure, Cascade Yarns did send me this as comp yarn. That means I asked them for the yarn for a particular design. They said, sure, we'll be happy to send it to you. So I didn't pay for this yarn. I just wanted you to know that. But they're not paying me to say anything about the yarn. But I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. It feels really nice and soft. This is probably one of the nicer acrylics that I've ever worked with. I think it's even maybe a tad bit softer than paint box yarns. Maybe just a little bit, but but they're so similar. It's hard for me to say one is better than the other. I'm not going to say that because there are, well, not a lot of knots in this, but I did find a few already. Whereas the paint box yarns, they still win the grand prize on being knotless yarn. I think I've run into 2 knots in over 100 balls of yarn with Love Crafts. I've run into maybe 3 after going through about 10 balls of yarn. So it's still, that's not bad. Um, but this is a nice quality yarn. But I just wanted to be open and honest with you. Like I say, I'm not working for any yarn company. No yarn company is paying me to say wonderful things about their stuff. So that gives me a chance to keep my own voice and just to be really honest with you. So far so good. I really like this. Now will say that it's a lot softer than the Red Heart yarns. And I'm not putting down Red Heart yarns because I just finished making something with Red Heart last night. But this is definitely a lot softer if you're looking for a nice soft throw. Okay, enough of that. 2022, stay tuned. And those are not the only colors I'm using. I just wanted to give you a little taste, a little teaser on that one. Okie dokie. Let's keep on going here. I just want to check in with some more. Hey, we have Yvonne, hey, from South Florida. Hey, you should get together with my sister Brenda. She's probably not far from you. She's, I don't know, I'm not going to say where Brenda is, but it's on the East Coast and it's south of Orlando, but north of Miami. So yeah, she's in there. She's in between there, probably not too far from you. And she's, I think, going to be in transit today. So anyway, let's see. We have, wow, Donnie from Saskatchewan, Canada. Wow, thank you for joining us. I hope you're staying warm. Oh, right. And let's see, I'm getting distracted. Hey, Marie, it's good to see you. Had a great time. Had a chance to go get a burger at a restaurant. And be careful how I say this. It's called Fuddruckers. Oh, I just feel kind of, I don't know, kind of like a bad girl saying that name for some reason. But anyway, it's a really, really good burger joint. I hadn't been there, and I calculated, in about 35 years, and was able to go get a burger there with Marie, and it was pretty fantastic. I will say that. And the fries were like this really big, thick. Yeah, I cut fries. Yeah, I ate fries. I probably wasn't supposed to, but they were delicious. They were delicious and almost as good as a hamburger, which was fantastic. And what's really cool is they have like a I don't know, like a, not a salad bar, but they have a lot of other things that you can add to your hamburger if you want to. But you can get it just from the grill, just perfect. And you can decide how you want your burger cooked. So they're cooked to order, and you can get like a third pound, a half a pound, or 2/3 of a pound. I know it's a lot of beef. I love beef. I know. I don't eat them every day, so I could enjoy them once in a while. And this one was great. So anyway, thank you again, Marie, for joining me down there in Myrtle Beach. She had to drive all the way from Charleston, so thank you so much. And we have Wanda from the Oregon coast. Wow, hey Wanda, thank you for joining us. And looks like Najla is looking for prayer for a neighbor. Okay. Okay, we definitely will. If you guys, those of you who do pray, please pray for her neighbor and her friend. Wow, so sorry for your loss there. And thank you guys for taking care of each other in the chat. You guys are fantastic. We have Karen. Thank you for joining us, Karen, and Jacqueline from an overcast Los Angeles. Wow. And Harriet Cutter's in the chat. Hey Harriet, so good to have you here. And Archer Ace, I was just reading your comment and things kind of jumped ahead a little bit because I'm getting woefully behind. Wow, lots of people today. Thank you guys for coming out. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Archer Ace. She wants to know what kind of shampoo I use. Oh my goodness. You know, one of my favorites, it's, I don't even know the name of it, but it comes in these big bottles. I get it from Costco. It's the Kirkland brand. Um, and but honestly, I like to switch back and forth between a couple different ones because my hair is just so thin, and just trying to take care of what I have left, if you know what I'm saying. It used to be a lot thicker, like my daughter's Hannah, like my daughter's. Well, it wasn't actually as thick as Hannah's hair, but yeah. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I just kind of swap back and forth, but the stuff from Costco is really nice. It's in a purple bottle, and it's not expensive. And sorry, if you want to email me, I can get more specific and even send you a picture of it. Um, but there's also some other, I didn't use it today though. There's some other kind that I get online and I buy it by the gallon because it's a lot cheaper. It's called Be Kind, and that sounds ridiculous, but Beekind. It's from Gilchrist and Soames. If you buy it by the small jar, the small little, uh, the kind of size that you get in the grocery store. They don't sell this at the grocery store. I have to get it online. And the reason I went to that, this is going to be a long story, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell it. But I buy it in the gallons, and I got that last year at the end of, I think it was like a Black Friday sale, so I got like 33% off and free shipping, and it's like cheaper than buying it in the store when you buy it this way. But it is a quality product, so it's not like as cheap as Suave or something like that. But I found out about this company and tried their shampoo and conditioner after I fell in love with their skin lotion because I was in Ireland. And for those of you who've been to Ireland or the British Isles, well, Ireland in particular can be very windy. And I had been out walking all day. My husband was there for work. I was at the tag along. And I just loved it, just walking out there around the people. And I got to, it was downtown Dublin. I remember just walking in. And when you walk in between the buildings too, you get a lot of wind rushing through there. So I got a lot of windburn on my face, and the skin was just very, very sore. And I usually have reactions to lotions. I mean, even um, the kind that are designed to be, helpful to your skin. I react to them. I break out. But I tried the sample that they had in my hotel, and it was by the same company, Be Kind, and by Gilchrist and Soames, and my skin just felt great from it, and I didn't break out in a rash like I normally would, and I even put that directly on skin that had burned and peeled on my face, and I was like, whoa, this stuff is really good. And so when I got back home to the States, I found out the only way you can get this is ordering it directly from the company, which I did. And I've been using that exclusively ever since. Kelly, this sounds like an infomercial for them. And please, it's not that at all, but you asked. So anyway, I just really enjoyed their lotion, their hand lotion, their lotion that I use for my face every morning so much that I decided let's just gonna go ahead and try some of their other stuff, and I've been real happy with it. So that's the long answer. So if you want more information, just email me. I'll be glad to help. I should put that link in the video description, but I don't have time to do that right now. Okay. Now I'm gonna catch up and find out where I am. I am way behind now. We have Joanna from Barcelona. Whoa. Buenos dias, Joanna. That's so great that you're here. I know my Spanish is limited. We have Dolores Craig in our chat. Thank you for taking care of Kelly. I mean, you guys are just so fantastic. All right, I'm going to find out where I am. Okay, I am lost here. Hold on just a second, guys. And ladies, I should always say guys. I guess I'm in the South, so I should say y'all. Um, oh, so Tammy's asking about the slideshow, the showcase on the crochet along photos. I am putting the deadline at December 1st. So however long it takes me to get that put together, it shouldn't take me but a couple of days, which is kind of important. If you want to be included in this, I really have to be like that mean old teacher in school and have a hard and fast absolute deadline cutoff date. Actually, the dictionary, I can't remember it verbatim, but I believe it's the Webster's that has the definition of a deadline, which is a line drawn in the sand, and if you cross over it, you're shot. I'm not going to shoot anybody. I mean, literally, that is in the dictionary. That's why they call it a dead line. Oh, that's so dark. Um, but I'm thinking probably the first week in December or so, around in there, is when I will try to present that to you all. That will be my weekly video for my YouTube channel, because I know by the time December gets here, nobody is thinking about sitting around watching a YouTube video crocheting. I hope you have more fun things to do than that. So I'm going to be mostly putting more of the fun things that are non project related. Like, I would not dare start a large project like for this throw that I was telling you about in December. I mean, who's going to do that? I mean, you're supposed to have had that done back in June, right? So, but anyway, so that's when I'm hoping to get it up. And Hannah, you can hold me accountable to this, that I said that. We have Deb from Illinois. Let's see. Let me keep on going. Um, and Danny says, "Oh, Katie, oh my, that means snow is coming to Massachusetts soon. So somebody is getting snow." Uh, where's Katie's comment? I must have missed that. I missed a lot of comments. Good grief. Um, we have Teresa from Leicestershire. Oh, I probably really messed that up. I'm sorry. Wow, for all the way from the UK. I bet you guys are getting cold this time of the year. Okay, Katie, I see it now. Snow-covered Michigan. Wow. Yeah, and we have Rosie from Lincolnshire, UK. Wow. Oh wow. All right, all right. So I'm gonna keep going down, down, down. Uh, hold on, hold on. And we have, is it Jakira, if I'm saying that right? Fernandez? I know the Fernandez because I grew up in South Florida, but thank you for joining us. I'm sorry if I messed up your name there. I just thank you guys for the grace on that. Yeah, Kelly says, I will send you a picture of the purse that I'm working on. I'd love to see it, Kelly. If you guys ever want to send me stuff that you're working on, whether it's, my design or not, I mean, you can post up to my Bonnie Babe Crochet Facebook page. Link is in the video description below. Um, or just send it to me. And if it's something that I have permission to share, if you could just go ahead and let me know that in the email, that would be fantastic. Oh, we have Swati. Hey, Swati, it's good to see you there from LA. Hope you're doing well out there. Hope you're enjoying some good, cool weather. We have Diane from New Jersey. Oh, my son and daughter-in-law are in New Jersey, Diane. I hope you're doing well. And we have Cindy Lyman from North Carolina. Just looking forward to that video for the hothead pot holder. Yes, ma'am. And let's see. We have Pat from from Upton upon Severn in the UK. Okay. Wow. That okay, great. That is so great. We have 3 people now from the UK watching. That's fantastic. Loved visiting your country, by the way. I had a chance to go there in 2019. I'd love to go back. You all sound so much smarter than we do, just the way you speak English. again, like we're two people separated by a common language, you know? It's kind of funny. But so Katie is in our chat. So glad you're here, Katie. And thank you for translating, Hannah, and for greeting, Joanna. Thank you so much for doing that. She was able to put that into Google Translate. Um, and Linda from Western Washington State. Yes, I know where that is. That's where you grow all the apples and the hops, right? For beer. It's all grown out in Western Washington State. They, it was wild. I remember driving out there through the desert many, many, many years ago, and they irrigate the desert to grow our apples, guys. It's amazing to see that. And we have Martha from Southern Cal. And okay, we have Scarlett. Hey, Scarlett. And let's see, I've got Hannah's talking with Archer Dace about some stretches for the back. Isn't that good? And let's see, Teresa Moorhead, yay, from Chile, Utah. And yes, lots of people. Katie, and let's see, and Kathleen Champ. Wow. And thank you for the well wishes of a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, and we have Linda Jones. She says, I hope Bobby's okay by Thanksgiving. Amen. And in Portland, it's still raining. Time to plant grass for spring. Yeah, it is that time of the year. Time to get out the fertilizer for the grass, isn't it? All right. In the fall, it's a good time to plant your daffodils too if you're looking to see those into spring. Well, and then Joni says that thankful first of all for my sister. She has spent the last 2 months in the hospital. Was released from is it Harmerville rehab yesterday? Well, it's hard to see the R's and the M's where they're put together in the chat. That is good news. All right. Well, let me go ahead and show you. Let's talk a little bit about this. This is the Celtic Weave hot pad or pot holder. And let me show you. It's 2 pieces put together. So let me see. Can you see the thickness there? Because if you just had the Celtic Weave by itself, I promise you, you would burn yourself in an instant. And that's not the last thing I want to have happen. So if you can see, it's just the Celtic Weave. And I crochet that together. And notice though, one is going this direction and the other is going that direction. So hopefully it'll help it strength wise, we'll see. And then I did use that I did use the knurl stitch. I know some of you are gonna, oh, there she goes again. But I just love that as a border stitch. But if you don't like that, you can just do single crochet or you could just slip stitch these 2 together and it should be fine. Or you can do maybe do a little shell or something along the edge because it really wouldn't matter. But these are fun. You can put things that are hot on them. The most important thing I can tell you about this is it needs to be 100% cotton. 100% cotton. Because when you're taking something that's 500 degrees or let's say my highest oven is that's too high. 450 degrees Fahrenheit oven, you're taking something out from the broiler or something. If you make this out of acrylic, I promise it'll melt to the pan. It will melt. Cotton will not. Cotton will stand up to the heat, well, to a certain extent. I mean, if you set it on fire, it's going to catch fire, but don't set it on fire. But it will stand up to the heat as you're taking it out. And it'll keep your countertops from getting singed by a hot pot. If you have like my countertops are still Formica. I haven't come into the granite age yet. And so far I could tell they work just fine. I have to put something on my hot pots on something. I can't put it directly on the surface or it will burn my countertop. So these work for that as well. They work up fairly quickly. If you know the Celtic Weave stitch already, you're home free. I'm estimating you could probably make one of these. I'm saying 3 to 4 hours. Maybe some of you faster, maybe some of you not so fast. But that's probably an overestimate too. I think I made this. I don't even want to try to estimate how long it took me, but definitely under 3 hours. Okay, So I would say 3 to 4 hours on making this. So if you're looking for something last minute, um, you want something that's kind of a thoughtful gift, but you don't have a lot of money to go out and buy something, and just use the yarn from your stash, the peaches and cream um, yarn that you can buy anywhere. Really, you can buy that at Walmart, at Michael's, online, wherever. I buy it by the comb because I go through so much of it, especially when I'm making things like this for Christmas. Um, and just know that after you wash it a time or two, some of the color may fade on it a bit, but the structure is going to be fine. Since it's not a washcloth, I'm thinking the color would probably stay better. If you make washcloths with this, they last a long, long time. Just don't count on the color to always be there because of the harsh detergents. It will eventually fade. But functionally, these can be really nice. And as long as you don't spill things over onto them, if you're careful, you probably don't even have to wash them very much at all. Let me show you something else that I did last night. I started this last night after 9 p.m. and I think I worked for 2 hours on it, and then I worked for about another hour or two on it today. I still have to do the pom-pom. I didn't bring my pom-pom maker with me. I'm gonna see if my husband can bring this. But this is the long stocking cap. Okay, I'll go ahead, and it's gonna look ridiculous, but okay. Put my long stocking cap on. So I'm ready for Christmas, guys. Okay, I can be one of Santa's helpers in these things. And the video for the long stocking cap, full disclosure, I added one additional stripe to this because I wanted the white pom-pom and I wanted this to be white. So to alternate, I had to add one more stripe. All I did was just work double crochets for 4 rows here, just following the pattern, no increases. So again, imagine a big white pom-pom. It's going to be there soon once I get a chance to make it. So I'm wearing this. I have another surprise coming in a couple weeks. It's not a design you have to crochet, but just something fun that I did earlier this year. And it involves my car. And I can't wait to show it to you. My husband is going to be bringing it home, bringing it down here to me when he comes down for Thanksgiving with Hannah and Hudson. So real excited to show you guys that. But this honestly can be made in a weekend. I'm saying tops 4 hours, 5 hour, okay, 5K with the pom-pom. Let's just say 5 hours tops. And you can make it with yarn you have at home already. I didn't have yarn to do this, so I went out to Walmart. No, I went to Michael's yesterday. And I got 2 skeins of yarn. I got a white and a red from Red Heart Super Saver, and I think I have enough to make another hat. So 2, if you get the Super Saver, you might get 2 hats out of it. I can't promise that. At least you're gonna get close to that. And if you don't want to go out and buy any yarn, just use your stash. Use a little, make all the stripes a little different color from your stash. That works, right? So y'all are always looking for stash busters. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it on as long as I can until it get too hot. Let's see, where were we? Oh, we have Deborah from Virginia. She says, I am most thankful for God being in my life. Couldn't exist without him. Amen, sister. Amen. I totally agree. I can do nothing apart from my Lord. Oh, thank you, Denny. She likes the colors. And let's see. Thank you, Rosie. And Wendy says, hello from Massachusetts. Yes, it is blustery. It's about 40 degrees right now. This is my first time watching you live and enjoying it. Yay! I used to live up in Massachusetts, Wendy. It's been a while. It was 1988 to 1989. It was my honeymoon year with my sweetheart. And I lived in Andover, Massachusetts. And my husband would take the T into Boston. It's really wild because to find housing that we could afford in Massachusetts back in the 80s, we had to go 45 minutes or so, almost an hour outside, about 45-minute drive outside of Boston. And what my husband did is he looked at a map. This is before they had Google Maps or internet or anything, of course, and we'd circle all the the T stations. Now the T is the train. It's a real train. It's not a metro or subway. They do have subways. Definitely have a subway. One of the oldest in Boston, but they have quite an extensive train service as well. So um, Andover was one of those towns that had a train, and we were able to find an apartment that we could rent, that we could afford, and that's choking back. It was like 3 times what it cost us to live in the Carolinas, but we were thankful. We had a great living situation there, and we were just 10 minutes south of the New Hampshire border. So that was great. That was so much fun. So anyway, welcome, Wendy, and I know where you live. I mean, really, really enjoyed that year. And the only reason that we didn't live there longer is the grant that my husband was working under was cut short, and so we had to find another job, and we ended up in Maryland for the duration of that time. You know, since then, for the last 33 years or so. Anyway, uh, let's see. And Danny's from Massachusetts too. Cool. Okay. Okay, just talking about the two colors. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about with the colors. Okay. Um, Scarlett is saying, if those are light and dark coral, as they look to me, I just finished your heart using those colors. Yes, they are. Those are two of the colors. I think you guys are gonna like that one. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming soon. And well, actually, it's not going to be soon. It's going to be early in 2022. Okay, it's going to be probably one of the first major projects that we have in the new year. Not sure exactly when it's going to be released. I haven't even finished it yet. I'm still in the design process, so I have to do the designing, the video, the writing. There's a lot to do, a lot writing, and so forth. But it will be early 2022. If it's not in January, it will definitely be in February. I will say that much. It'll be when it's cold and there's not a whole lot else to do. We have Melanie. Says hello, Bonnie, and everyone in the chat. Wendy here in Philly, crocheting dishcloths, I guess sets to sell on Etsy. Fluffy tote bag girl is me. Check me out on Instagram. Let me write that down in my notes. Hold on. Hannah, could you? Well, let me go ahead and get to my. I have to write stuff down because I will not remember. Fluffy. What is it? See, I lost it that quick. Fluffy tote bag girl. Okay. See, Teflon brain. I'll try to look you up a little bit later today when I get some time and after I get lunch. Thanks for letting me know that, Melanie. I love to see people's things. And if you're on Instagram, let me know that too. And we have Gloria from the Windy City, Chicago. We have Iva's Journey. So glad that you're here. And let's see. Oh, Jane says, I just finished my 4th Aran Hearts throw made with soft white from Red Heart, and I only had one knot in over 12,000 yards. It does soften when washed and dried. That is absolutely fantastic, Jane. What are they doing right? Wow, that is great. That's a good report. Yeah, this is Red Heart yarn. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I promise I don't. It's each yarn. Let me just put a plug in here. Each yarn has its purpose. And some of the yarns that are a little gruffier. This is not. It's not soft, but it's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't want an inner garment made of this, that's for sure. But an outer garment like the hat is fine. And I know that when you make things out of Red Heart, I know the Caron 1-pounders. I have Afghans made of both of those, and they last a long, long time. And they do soften over time as you wash them, absolutely. Absolutely. But if you're making something that's like for baby skin or for someone who's sensitive, who has sensitivities to different types, you might want to go for a softer acrylic. That's all. I mean, there are different, all kinds of different things, yarns, all kinds of different purposes. And you have the real fancy schmancy stuff like I love, but I don't use that for everything. I would never use real fancy soft yarn for an Afghan or a throw for my living room where my guys and girls and people, you know, maybe would snack and get something on it, or just, you know, just putting it over their stinky feet. Not that my kids' feet stink. Don't say that, Hannah, okay? Don't tell anybody I said that. But you know what I mean. You take off your shoes after a long, hard day. You put the blanket over them. After a while, you need to throw it in the washer machine. I don't do that with, uh, that's why I don't make throws for family rooms and so forth, or baby blankets or anything with real expensive, fancy schmancy yarn. I save that for shawls and things that I'm going to enjoy and others can enjoy as well. All right. Um, I think we understand each other. I'm not telling you anything you all don't know. And we have Mona Anna from, is it Mulligar? If I'm saying that right? Wow. Now I need to get out the map and a dictionary. Um, oh, Katie says that she's been locked in her bedroom for 5 days straight with her 7-year-old daughter. They have COVID. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Katie. I hope you're doing okay, though. I hope you're feeling well and getting the, you know, medications or anything that you need. I really hope it's, I hope it's, I hope the worst part of it is just the isolation. I hope, and the, you know, the quarantine. I hope it's, yeah, I just hope you're not having a bad case is what I'm trying to say, because that's hard. Um, Good luck with your 7-year-old. Wow. I hope you guys heal quickly. We have Scarlett from Saskatchewan. Welcome from Alberta. Wow. Another northern friend. Okay, Brenda's saying, my sister says, give her my mobile phone. Yeah, I don't know. I, I don't know, Brenda. Maybe that's something you can maybe do. I'm not going to do that right here. Yeah, I don't have their contact information, Brenda, just to let you know. She's saying, give whoever was in the chat from Florida the contact information. But um, yeah, we can talk later about that. Yeah, not don't have that to give really. Um, all right, unless the person wanted to contact me and get in touch with my sister, that'd be fine. BonnieBay@me.com. I can pass information along if you want to do that. Okay, let's see who else. I just want to make sure I'm saying hey to everybody. We have KH in the chat and Freaky Geek. There you are. Um, says if it's not breaking the diet too much, everybody needs lots of Kit Kats. Take a break or have one. And Thieves Luck says, so many Canadians in the chat today. Yeah, you guys are great. I love having you guys here. Wow. Well, about the Kit Kats, Freaky Geek, that's a great idea. I have a better one. I don't know if not a better one, an alternative idea. This is something I've been thinking about doing for the last couple days, and I think I'm going to do it today. There's one thing that I love, love, love when the holidays come around, and they are there. They are at my favorite fast food place, Chick-fil-A has, and if you've never tried one of these, you need to try one. If as long as you're not diabetic or something, because this will definitely not be a good match if you're diabetic. But it's called the Chick-fil-A chocolate chip peppermint shake. I know it sounds like an oddball combination, and I'm not a huge chocolate fan. I like chocolate, okay, but I'm not a diehard, chocoholic. But the chocolate chips and the peppermint in a vanilla milkshake together are amazing. Amazing. Just don't look at the calorie count. Let's just say that it's enough for an entire day of calories for moi, if I get a large, which I'm going to get probably. And I'll probably have a sugar headache, if not a sugar coma, for just a little while afterwards. But I am so getting one today. I'm probably going to be getting my COVID booster after lunch today. My hubby's recommendation. And I think I'm going to get one of those Chick-fil-A shakes. They're right across the street from where I'm going for the vaccination. So I am so getting one today. And just for the record, I only had a grapefruit for breakfast. And I'm going to have yogurt and grapes for lunch. So I'm going to have room in my food budget today for a Chick-fil-A chocolate chip peppermint shake. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm not excited about that at all. But they taste better when it's premeditated. Just to let you know that if you think about it long enough, they just taste better. Okay, boy, that was really bad. Um, thank you again, Hannah, for doing these translations. Um, we have Arts y Mimosa de Rosa, or de Rose, if I'm saying that right. Thank you. Gracias for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Freaky Geek is having a fun time talking with Thieves Luck. We have Lynn. Hey, Lynn. She says, yes, I have. Okay, I'm trying to understand. Okay, I'm sorry. It might be a typo in your message, but Lynn, thank you, thank you, thank you for being there. You're always so encouraging. Is it I have the okay, okay. Not sure what that's saying, but that's okay. Sometimes I notice lately when I hit send on messaging, even on messages, that the words are changed as they go out the door, and I hate that. I don't like that. We have Miss, is it Dejami? Is that right? It looks French. Um, but bonjour, thank you for being here. I will have to get Hannah to see if she can translate that, or I can translate it later. Um, Grace says, so much flooding here in Whatcom County, Washington earlier this week. Would appreciate prayers. Have family who lost everything. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Grace. I did see a lot of um, some photos from a friend of mine. I believe it was in Colorado. Maybe it was Washington. I just didn't pay attention. So sorry to hear about that. We know what it's like with the flooding. We've had trouble with that in the past. Actually, 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, with 2 or 3 years ago, was it now? With a hurricane that hit north of us in North Carolina, but then all the water from the hurricane, because the hurricane just sat there and spun and dumped all water up. I think it was just up the coast from us, and then all that water ran through the rivers down into down here, and we had massive flooding, um, even in our town where we are in Conway. Yeah, a lot of people lost everything. I'm so sorry to hear that. Freaky Geek's looking for an alternative to chocolates. Oh, I can probably come up with some of that. All right, well, let me see if there's anything else. I have one more thing. Let me look at my, oh yeah, let me just show you guys. It's old news, but I hope you're enjoying the Southwest Poncho. This was the most recent design released. And I've had a lot of fun wearing this. I've been wearing this a lot down here in South Carolina. It's just been, it's just a nice layer. So you don't have to wear, if you don't want to wear a coat, but this is really nice. And if you're looking to make this, the videos are on my channel. And the, bring. The yarn that I used and everything, all that information is in the video description below. How much I used, where you can buy it, etc. So, give that a try, and I even show you how to put the fringe on. I love, love, love fringe. Actually bought a jacket this week that has fringe on it from the store. Oh, I can't wait to wear it. So that is up and running, and let me give you another preview of something coming in December. I still have a string to hide on here somewhere. I didn't get to it, but I don't know if I showed this to you or not. This is the buttered pecan. Yeah, there's my strand. See, I was a bad girl, didn't hide my string. This is the butter pecan scarf, and of course it's made of yellow, like it just reminded me of buttered popcorn. But if you don't like the yellow, you can make it this in any color you want. There's also a hat that's already on my channel to match this exactly, called the butter pecan hat. So this is coming in December, and again, this is one of those things that can be made, I'm guessing, in about 6 hours or so. This is an estimate, but so go ahead and check that out. Okay, good. Someone picked up the phone. All right, hold on a second. Okay. We're gonna have to just ignore that for a time. I saw something come. Oh, Esther is there. Hey, Esther, I didn't see you. I'm so glad to see you in the chat. And Hildegard wants to know, is there a pattern for the stocking hat? Yes, ma'am. There is a pattern in my Lovecraft store, and there's a video too. There's a video. If you look in the video description below, I put a link for quick crochet gifts, and it's on that list of quick crochet gifts. If you just want to look it up, it's called the long stocking hat and pom pom. The long stocking hat and pom pom. Yeah, it's on my channel. It's been there for a few years, I believe. And if you need a written pattern, it's in my Lovecraft store. So, and all the links are right down there. Okay, I got distracted. Sorry, guys. The phone kind of threw me off there. Okay. So Hannah's got good conversations going on. I'm going to leave that. And if I skip your comment, guys, I just want to ask your forgiveness because it's a lot to juggle here. And oh, I can't believe it's 12:56 already. Okay, I see where I was. Okay. Oh, we have somebody from Scotland. I gotta find out who that is. As soon as I read it, the thing went jump. And G. Robertson, thank you so much. That's $4.99. I'm going to round that to $5 in my head. Thank you. You have bumped us up to $90, I believe. I believe I'm doing the math right. So 90. So thank you. Hold on a second. All right, Hannah. I'm sorry. I had the wrong thing. Okay. From Wanda. Okay, she's asking me to add Kim, Affordably Crafty, to the prayer list. She taught a class at Fiber Festival in New England a couple of weeks ago. She's now fighting COVID. She has 2 small children. We'll definitely do that, Wanda. Thank you so much for letting Hannah know, who's let me know. And thank you, Hannah. I see in your comments right now, I didn't have the right person clicked on my messaging. Which reminds me, guys, look what I got. I have to show you what I was able to get recently. I got a new computer, and it's so much bigger than the other one, so I can kind of have more things open and spread out on the computer while I do my live. Not that I'm going to be any better at it or anything, but I could see a little bit more. And as many of you know, my computer started going belly up last month. And so I finally have a computer that I can travel with and do video edits and everything. So when I'm away from home, I can still do video work instead of having to wait until I get back to Maryland and use the big computer. So thank you again for supporting my channel over the last couple years. And this has enabled me to be full-time at what I do here. And it's covering the cost of being able to buy some equipment. And this was a significant piece of equipment for me. And I'm really, really enjoying it a lot. Although it weighs about 3 times what my other one did. Okay. Oh, we have Paula from Chile. She says, I agree with Patty from Uruguay. Nice. Well, thank you. So I missed saying hi to Patty. Well, hi, Patty from Uruguay. Thank you for being here. We have, okay, Hannah is typing a message to me, and I'll have to wait. Okay. I saw somebody from Scotland. Where did they go? Nettie. Is it Nettie? If I'm saying that right. Nettie from Scotland. Welcome. Scotland is my sister Brenda, who's down in Florida right now. It's her favorite place to go. She was able to go to her dream place in Scotland for only 1 day. She wanted to stay longer than that, but she was so thrilled to be able to go there. She was visiting, I think visiting friends in Wales, and they surprised her with a trip to Scotland for the day. Okay, Tracy H is wondering if the stocking hat is on the pay site. Okay, if it's on the watch site. Um, it is. I tell you what, I think it is, but I am going to make a note to check on that. And if it's, let me write this down. Um, I think it is. If it is not, I am going to talk to my husband and see if we can add that right away. I'm pretty sure it's there. And if it is there, it should be there with the pattern, but I will check later. Okay, I will check later, and if it's not there, we will try to get that up in the next few days. Okay, as soon as we can, simply because I'm away from everything. But we will work on that, and we are continuing to work on translation. It's a slow and tedious process, just to let you know. I am working on the Katrina cabled wrap right now, and I'm halfway through that. So as I finish, I'm mostly working on the closed captions for that one. So somebody contacted me, and if you're listening or watching, it is coming. The closed captions for that are coming soon. It's just taken me a while to go through all the grammar and read through the computer generated dialogue, just to make sure that it is correct and it's not leading you guys astray. Okay, so I will check on that for you, Tracy. Okay. Um, I should hold on. Let me just check on that now. Um, I can browse the site real quick and I can see if it's there. Um, let's see. It would be under hats. Yeah, it is there. Let me see if it's. Yes, it is there. I can confirm, Tracy. It is there with the written pattern, so you don't have to go to the Lovecraft store at all. It is there. So it is on the watch site. And for those of you who are like, what is she talking about, the watch site? I'm going to put another shameless plug in. The watch site is a place where you can watch my best content, which is the majority of what's on the YouTube channel. It's not everything, because there are a lot of older things on my YouTube channel that I don't necessarily wouldn't put in a quality category. You know, I was brand new. At some point, you're learning, right? And some of that content, I'm like, well, that's good, but I really want to save the best for the watch channel. The watch channel has everything that I release here in week by week, but it also has some additional content. It has all of the content to my cable crochet made easy book. It has all the content. It has a few unique or exclusive designs that aren't on the public channel. It has some behind the scenes videos, but everything there is viewable, spam free, commercial free. There are no ads. There's nothing that's going to interrupt your viewing. There's no commercials. People aren't going to, try to sell you something you don't want to be interrupted with. None of that. And as a special perk, you get on many of the patterns there, you can download the pattern as complimentary, or I would say free, but it's not really free because you're paying. It's a site that you pay for. It's $69.50 a month. No, I'm sorry. Wait, let's try that again. That's too much. It's $6.95 a month, or $69.50 for the year, which is a little bit of a savings if you get the year. And if you get the month by month, you can cancel anytime. So if you decide you don't like it, you can just say bye-bye and, take the money that you would probably, the cost. It's the cost, I like to say, it's the cost of about a cup of coffee and a bagel from Starbucks, or your favorite, coffee house or whatever. It's not like having a cup of coffee and a snack out. That's the cost that it is per month. But you do get free patterns when I release them. The patterns that I have the rights and the ownership to, which are most of the patterns. There are some patterns on the blog, or I'm sorry, on the site that either are owned by Penguin Random House because the publisher of my first two books, or if it's a Leisure Arts pattern, then obviously Leisure Arts owns the rights to the pattern, so I wouldn't be able to give that written part to you, but I can certainly teach you how to do it if you are one who likes videos without the pattern. But anyway, that is there. If you're looking for something to add to your Christmas list, people want to know what can I get you for Christmas. Tell them, hey, get me a subscription to the watch.bodybaitcrochet.com channel. Links in the video description. If you hit that and go to that page, and then you hit browse at the top, and you can look through and see what some of the designs are. And again, most of them are not different from what you see on my YouTube channel. There are just additional things that you can also see. I am hoping to next year, this is my hope, I'm going to be rolling out some special classes too on here. It's only going to be for the watch. They're not going to be coming to the public platform. So just to let you know, that's what that's all about. And anyway, thank you guys for just for listening, for being here. Let me see. I just want to make sure. I do need to get going, but I do have something I want to read to you before I go. I just want to make sure there's nobody new here that I haven't greeted yet. Um, Thank you, Heather, for your prayers for Washington. Yes, we need to do that. Oh, thank you, Jan. You're so sweet. Um, oh, Jan, you can just, on your question there about the shrug and all, you can just contact me. You can just email me, or if you need an address, you can just use the return address on the on the box that was sent. It's not a problem. Let's see, we have is it Debasmita Chatterjee? Thank you so much for your comment. She likes my hat. Yes, that's on the channel and ready for you guys. And Heather's asking, how was Frederick? So wanted to go, but work got in the way. Frederick was wonderful. Frederick, a couple weeks ago, we went to, my sister Brenda and I were at the Frederick Fiber Fest, or it's a yarn festival in Frederick, Maryland. And it was wonderful. It was amazing to be able to meet some of you all there. It was hopping. We had so many people coming by. I think we were one of two stands that had anything crochet related. Most everything else was more, and there were hundreds. There were, I'm pretty sure, over 100 vendors there, but most of them were very knitting centric. There were 3 buildings full of vendors, and we were in the 3rd building. We were in the one building that wasn't a wind tunnel. It was really nice. It felt nice and almost warm inside the building, but it was comfortable enough for me to be able to wear a crocheted sweater. I believe I was wearing a crocheted, yeah, being able to wear something that I made, as well, and not burn up in it, which was great. So it was cool, but not frigid like some of the other buildings can be. But we did very well by the grace of God, and just meeting everybody was just a highlight for me personally. But thanks for asking about that. And Tracy is asking Hannah about the pay monthly. Do we get a renewal notice, or does it just keep going until we cancel? I believe there's a renewal coming. I believe most people will be notified in December. This is the first year of us doing this, so we're really not 100% on everything. We're learning as we go. Thanks those of you who jumped in early as one of our inaugural members. Thank you so much for doing that. But if you want to continue the low rate that you came in at, the rate that was initially offered was lower than the current rate, and that was just to get the ball rolling. And you can continue that as long as the channel is available. I'm pretty sure you're going to get notified. My husband, I think, did check with the Vimeo site, and I believe you will be prompted that the renewal is coming. But we will be going through that together. So anyway, if you have any questions, just reach out to us, bonniebae@me.com. And if you're a month to month, if you just go month to month to month and no yearly thing, that will just continue, I believe, indefinitely until you decide to cancel. I think that's the way that would work. Okay? But it should be very easy peasy to cancel. All you have to do is just go into your account settings and just say bye bye, and you should be good to go. Okay? We try to make that easy so people don't feel, like really strapped in. Oh, yay. Archer Renee says, I got my renewal email today. Thank you for helping me to answer that question. So yeah, you will be notified when the renewal, and it should renew for the same rate. Where it should renew. So if you were at the lower rate, it should renew at the same. If it doesn't, you let me know immediately. Okay, I want to know because we want to keep that. We're going to keep our word no matter what. That's the most important thing. So. Okay, so Jane said that her notification says it'll be renewed automatically. Okay, but you did get notified that it's going to renew then. That's good. So if you decide that you want to, do something else, totally get that. All right. Hey, we have Lashira Crochet in our chat. Hey, Lashira, so glad that you're here. But we do need to wind this down, and I want to read something. Let me make sure, Hannah. Okay, I think I'm caught up with Hannah. I wanted to read just a little bit this morning, and again, this was, and this is from the book of Ephesians, which is an epistle, which is a big fancy word for a letter, written to the church in Ephesus. And guys, I got a new Bible this year. Big time secret. Don't tell my husband, okay? Because I got him one too. I got this archaeological Bible. It's so cool. It has, and I got it from Christian book distributors, and it has a lot of archaeological artifacts, photos, and detailed explanation, and it has maps that I can understand a lot better than the old-fashioned kind that are in the back of the Bible. Nobody ever looks at. And it is just so cool. I know where Ephesus was, where the church in Ephesus that Paul wrote this letter to. I know where it is. It's just inland off the coast, off the west coast of Turkey. So it just was really, really cool as what I guess was referred to as Asia Minor. Right there along the Mediterranean Sea. So anyway, I wanted to read this to you. Sorry, getting a little geeky on you, but it was just so cool. I got this Bible. It is so cool. It has so much information and pictures of artifacts that, anyway, it was recommended by my daughter, Christy, who has a master's in biblical history and biblical studies. So she's a smart cookie. And if you want to know more about what she does, there's a video on my channel called Fibers in the Ancient World. And she explains some of that. And she's incredibly smart. I learn from her every time I'm around her. Great daughter-in-law. Well, anyway, I wanted to read from this, and I just wanted to say that it's written to a church. So if it sounds, Paul was writing to a specific person, group of people that he knew, and these people worship the Lord Jesus. But I just wanted to preface that because it may not be for everybody. But I just thought there was a lot of wisdom here as far as maintaining unity and so forth. And I just thought this is something that I think our whole world could listen to. And Paul writes to them and says, I therefore, a prisoner for the Lord. Oh yeah, and when he wrote the letter to the church in Ephesus, he was writing from a jail cell in Rome. So, and you can visit that place where he was in Rome. It's right downtown. I, therefore, a prisoner for the Lord, urge you to walk in a manner worthy of the calling to which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit and the bond of peace. And that was chapter 4, verses 1 through 3. And I wanted to read a little bit more in chapter 4. This is verse 31. This is the end of the same chapter. And this just really affected me, and it convicts me because it's something I need to be mindful of to also do. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. And keep it, these are just my words here, and keep in mind, he wasn't talking to a bunch of mean people. He was talking to us. He was talking to a church, people who are supposed to know this. Okay, so he's talking to people who are trying to do right. And let me read this again because I think it's so easy to fall into these traps. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you. Well, I hope that blesses you. I mean, it's not intended in any way, shape, or form as a correction towards anybody or the chat or anything. It's just something that I read today, and that just convicted me because I can do those things, and I was just good to be reminded of something real. So anyway, and certainly can't do any of this on our own. I can't do it without the grace of God in my life. Wouldn't even attempt it. But anyway, love you guys. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Don't forget, work on your list. I mean, I'm going to go working on my list for things that I'm thankful for. And, especially if I get angry or bitter or something towards the situation, I'm going to just start making a list. Okay, I'm going to make a list. And it's not a naughty list. It's a thankful list. So I can just practice that more and more. Well, anyway, love you all. God bless. Bye-bye.